Hold, hold. Pray, sit. Hold, hold, hold. Hold, hold, hold.
And welcome to the reunion banquet and other activities that we have planned for the reunion this evening. All this in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the 1st Battalion, 27th Marines service in Vietnam. In February 1968, Battalion Landing Team 127 deployed from Oahu, Hawaii, heading to the Western Pacific on what was to have been a 4-month training exercise. As is the case with all deployments of Marine battalions, we were also prepared to deploy to any contingency that our national command authorities might direct us. The communist Tet Offensive had begun in late January, with attacks being launched throughout South Vietnam by North Vietnamese and Viet Cong forces at 300 locations. The country was under siege. Thus it came as no great surprise when the battalion commander received orders informing us that all training activities had been canceled and ordering us to proceed to Da Nang, Republic of Vietnam, to reinforce the 1st Marine Division. En route to Vietnam, we received further orders informing us that certain criteria were in effect concerning deployability of our troops into combat. The net effect of this criteria was that approximately 25% of the troops then deployed aboard ship were not eligible to go ashore.
So let me think, I want to hang around with a bunch of grunts one night at a dinner. That sounds really dangerous. But because he's my friend and we got history, I said yes. And then I came to find out that we're going to present an award this evening to one of your members. And it's my honor and privilege to officiate that. So I'm going to go sit down and get called back up so we can do the award. Let me just say one thing. As I've been in this office, I've been trying to get today's Marines to do what you're doing right now, which is have a reunion. Because it's very important to stay in touch. Nobody knows what happened with 127 but 127. Nobody. So I'm going to learn about 127. And I've been reading a lot about Vietnam. And the more I read, and I'm not saying this to be nice, but I'm saying it because it's true. The more I am in awe of your service and the sacrifice and the discipline and how you endured hardship, but yet you got the job. And on behalf of those 4 Marines that came in, remember when you used to look like that? maybe when you were drunk you thought you looked like that. But on behalf of those 4 young men who represent 186,000 Marines on active duty today, spread across the globe, some on ship, some on land, some in the air, some training, some in nice places, some in not so nice places. I went up to Walter Reed, I can't call it Walter Reed, Bethesda. Walter Reed Bethesda Friday and presented a Purple Heart to Lance Corporal Ramirez from 3-7, who was wounded in Syria. He's a mortarman and supporting some of the special ops guys, supporting some of our allies, and He was shooting his mortar, and apparently the people they were shooting the mortar at didn't like it, so they shot back, and he got wounded. He's fine. But looking at his face and looking at that picture of Corporal Austin in the program, it's the same. Young, kind of cocky, a little irreverent, but respectful enough, but confident. I know how to do my job. So I appreciate the opportunity to be with you this evening, and I look forward to the presentation and to get a chance to talk a little bit afterwards. Thank you very much.
I don't think so.
All right, attention to orders.
The President of the United States takes pride in presenting the Navy Cross posthumously to Corporal Stephen E. Austin, United States Marine Corps, for service as set forth in the following citation: for extraordinary heroism and action against the enemy on 8 June 1968 while serving as a squad leader with Company C, 1st Battalion, 27th Marines in the Republic of Vietnam. While on a combat patrol approaching the village of Kuban 4, Corporal Austin's platoon was taken under heavy enemy fire from a nearby bunker. Determined to silence the bunker, Corporal Austin convinced his platoon leader not to pull the unit back in order to call in an airstrike. He then brilliantly maneuvered his squad to an area from which they could provide effective covering fire on the enemy bunker. With complete disregard for his own safety, Corporal Austin single-handedly assaulted the bunker and destroyed it with a grenade. Although mortally wounded in the attack, he was successful in turning the tide of the engagement, which led to the complete elimination of the enemy within the village. Corporal Austin's bold action, courage under fire, and complete dedication to duty reflected great credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest tradition of the Marine Corps and the United States Naval Service. Signed, Richard V. Spencer, Secretary of the Navy.
We have with us the chief taste tester with us tonight. I'm not going to mention his name, but his initials are Pat Ryder. Pat, this was probably one of the best stories I put in my book. And he and his squad, David Harrison's squad, they ordered this Tabasco sauce cookbook to spice up their sea rations in Vietnam. It's a great story. You'll enjoy it. But give old Pat a big hand. Published our book, To the Sound of the Guns, telling telling our story. I researched, compiled, and interviewed over 100 of you. A lot of you are here tonight. I had a lot of external help. Jesse Hand, he gave me all the inside scoop on what was going on inside the battalion that I didn't even know about when we were over there. On Operation No Name 1, 2, 3, 4 at Way and up in Allen Brook, or down in Allen Brook. The other really good help that I got was from this book. This is the premier history book of 1968. This tells the story of the 3rd Marine Division and the 1st Marine Division and I Corps. There are 4 authors that put this together, released it in 1997. We have one of the authors with us tonight who helped me a lot, Colonel Lynn Blazalk. Stand up, Colonel.
Marines and families, Lieutenant General Broadmeadow, thank you for coming back to visit with us, sir. Before I go on, I just want to address Colonel Eller for a bit and tell him I talked to the man upstairs, and he gave us a good day Thursday, a good day Friday and Friday night, and a good day Saturday. There was no guarantees after that.
Good job.
Thank you, sir. It is my honor and privilege to present you an individual that I have known for many years, although I was physically his platoon sergeant when he first joined the Marine Corps. I met Lieutenant Colonel Zumwalt when he was a first lieutenant and had been recently approved for inter-service transfer from the Navy to the Marine Corps. He saw light as a naval officer and decided to join America's finest.
They're really Marines. Okay, so what has happened here, everybody in this room who has been treated in the field of battle by a corpsman, whether or not he received a Purple Heart, every Marine in this room that has been treated in the field of battle stand.